Hey, great day, y'all. Welcome to the 20K Secrets. And so my name is Dr. TK, and let's go ahead and hop into it. So let's talk about in episode number one to stop begging for clarity and just move. Okay. So I remember a time when I realized that I was hiding behind my own business plan. I was doing things like journaling out my thoughts. I was praying. I was asking God for a sign about launching a course, a digital download, getting my ideal clients in my private practice, getting my ideal therapist in my group practice. And right in the middle of writing the prayer, I got Stripe notifications. I would get people applying to my group practice through indeed.com. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is when I look back hindsight, I realized that those things were the sign that I was asking for. But instead of moving and saying, okay, let's go ahead and prepare for the interview. Let's go ahead and make sure that the funnel is built out so that I can sell this product or this service over and over again. I just simply returned back to asking again and again. So I don't know if that sounds familiar. All right. So, what happens sometimes when you are growing and glowing up in your business, you might be in a state of fear, false evidence appearing real, of launching something new, of launching maybe what you may say as the wrong offer. I don't know which direction or which product I should launch first. Maybe if you're looking at clinical services, you might be scared to start saying no with clients who do not align with your energy and they drain your energy. When it comes down to investing in things or coaches or courses that will grow your mindset and your business and your bank account, you might even be scared to invest because money feels tight, even though you might could drop a couple of $100 on a flight to go somewhere. You can drop a couple of $100 on my ladies, a bundle for some hair or some braids without even blinking. So let me say this with love. You've been trained and conditioned to outwork and underperform. You've also been trained how to overwork and underdream. So when peace comes along with a price tag, meaning something that someone or something can do for you to make something complex more simple, all you have to do is follow the instructions. You then put on a label and call it expensive. Okay. So let me share my personal story just a little bit. I spent years overthinking what my next move should be. I've also hired close friends, family members, because why it was comfortable in the season of growing my business and scaling my time. I also went through multiple seasons where I held on to every single task and role in my company because I believe that no one can do it like me. Okay. I built a six-figure private practice, but I also was the billing team. I was the social media manager. I was the back office admin. I was the person who did the consultations. I did the onboarding for the new clients. I was the closer. I was a quality assurance person. So I'm here to tell you, I did not need clarity. I needed to trust that God already gave me the assignments that I asked for. And I was just simply scared to move, but that's something that we don't want to acknowledge. So if this sounds anything like you're actually not stuck. You're not in a pivoting hole. You're just scared to move. You're scared to experiment. So you don't need another sign. Okay, stop asking for signs. You need a decision. Clarity doesn't just fall into your lap. It is something you gain as you go. So you got to take the next step. So before we dive in, I also want to address something that I hear a lot more than I would like, specifically from mental health providers. How do I make more money, Dr. TK? Which product or service should I choose next? How do I know if my product is actually good, right? So the truth is, there's a whole lot of fear around just starting. Most providers don't have a strategy problem. You for sure don't have an ideas problem. You have a start problem. So you're waiting on some imaginary clarity before you release anything, before you test it out in the marketplace. And instead of testing and letting your ideal customers and clients, the ones who are actually going to invest in your product or service, instead of you allowing them to vote on what's good with their time, attention, and energy and money, you will choose to just ask more questions to then put you into a cave. So, what ends up happening is you think that your product isn't working, then you start overthinking, and then you push yourself into a state of overwhelm. You start to overbuild your product or service inside of a cave called your home office. You also play student when you should be stepping into the field. Okay. So you're no longer in the classroom. You should be out there in your practicum and internship, AKA your business, and you should be experimenting. So many therapists, service providers, social workers, you say that, oh my gosh, I've graduated, I've left the academic world, I'm good, I'm not going back to school, all these things, but your actions speak otherwise. What you're doing is you're waiting for permission. You're waiting for permission instead of you giving yourself permission to just go get the access. Okay. So you don't need a professor to assign you your business path. You need to start boldly saying, you know what, this is what I'm building. And I'm going to let you know how it goes, because then the mentor, the professor, the coach can come in and give you feedback based off what you've done, not with what you think you're going to do. So, in this series, it's not about flooding you with more ideas and more strategies. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I have done a lot of things, specifically like created 500 podcast episodes, and a whole lot of it is teaching you a whole lot of strategies that some people don't move on. I've developed over 50 different product launches for a variety of different products and services. I have had 15 plus live events that includes launches, ideas, and strategies and services. So strategies is not the issue. The implementation block is the issue. And implementation requires a new version, a new level of you, one who is not afraid to test, launch, learn, and repeat and do it over and over again with small tweaks. So I've seen this in my own business. I've seen it time and time again with other service providers and our coaching programs. Those who are hitting an additional $1,000 months, those who want 10K months, those who are even earning 20K plus months with different streams of income, and they scale into time freedom, choice freedom, location freedom. They all had to get honest with themselves. The common denominator was the strategy was there. They can get access to the strategy within our core shells. But the mindset shift was the one thing that was missing. So if this hit home for you, and you might be scared of launching the wrong offer, again, you might be scared of saying no. You might be scared to invest because you're holding on and clutching your pearls to this money that you will spend on Amazon quickly. I really want you to think about how this will impact the next level 20K plus months you. So again, I've spent years overthinking the next move, and I'm here to tell you my multi six-figure service-based business and multi seven-figure digital product business was not built in a cave, okay? So this is what movement will look like for you when you start to experiment. It looks like investing before you're ready. It looks like launching the imperfect offer and the version now that will improve later. It looks like letting go of a full caseload that's killing your energy and creativity. So, from a psychologist, therapist, service provider to you, stop asking for clarity when you won't do anything with the clarity that you already have. Movement is in the miracle. Movement is in the miracle. If you're not in a space where you can allow yourself to let go of overthinking, then you will not go into the 20K months even mindset to do the actions to earn the 20K months. And this is actually where the secret podcast begins. All right. So this is technically a 1 week experiment. You're welcome to do it within 2 days if you would like to, and binge consume the information and take action based off what I share. But I want to be clear, this series is only for those service providers who desire 20K plus months. And if this sparks something inside of you, don't stop here. Go to the next episode. All right, y'all.